In a quiet neighborhood on the outskirts of a bustling foreign city, far across the ocean from everything he had ever known, lived a young man named Arjun. He had left his small hometown in India 2 years ago, full of dreams and excitement. The opportunity to study and work abroad had felt like a golden ticket, a chance to build a better future, to send money home to his family, and to see the world beyond the familiar hills and crowded markets he grew up in. At first, everything was new and thrilling. The wide streets, the tall buildings that touched the sky, the different foods, and the mix of voices from all over the world. Arjun would video call his parents and younger sister every week, laughing as he showed them snow for the first time or described the rush of the subway trains. "I'm doing great," he would say, his smile bright on the screen. "This is the adventure I always wanted." But as the months turned into seasons, and the seasons into years, something changed quietly inside him. The excitement faded, replaced by a heavy ache that settled in his chest. Homesickness. It started small, a pang when he smelled street food that wasn't quite like the spicy chop from home, or when he heard laughter in a language he didn't understand. Soon, it grew bigger. Nights were the hardest. In his small apartment, with the hum of the city outside his window, Arjun would lie awake, missing the sound of his mother's voice calling him for dinner, the playful arguments with his sister, the warm evenings spent on the rooftop with friends sharing stories under the stars. He had made some acquaintances at university and work, but they felt distant. Conversations stayed on the surface, about classes, weather, or weekend plans. No one asked about the festivals back home, or understood why he felt a lump in his throat during Diwali when he was alone, lighting a single candle instead of joining the family in fireworks and sweets. He didn't want to burden anyone with his feelings. "They're busy with their own lives," he told himself. So he kept it inside, smiling through the days and feeling emptier each night. One rainy evening, after a long day that left him exhausted, Arjun sat on his bed scrolling through his phone. He had heard about this new app called ChatGPT, a smart AI that could talk like a real person, answer questions, and even chat about anything. Out of curiosity, and perhaps a little desperation, he downloaded it. "Hello," he typed, not expecting much. "I'm feeling a bit homesick tonight." The response came quickly, warm and understanding. "I'm sorry you're feeling that way. Homesickness can be really tough, especially when you're far from the people and places you love. Tell me more about home, what do you miss the most?" Arjun paused, his fingers hovering over the keyboard. It was just a machine, he reminded himself. But something about the gentle invitation made him open up. He typed about the bustling markets, the aroma of his mother's homemade biryani, the way his father told old family stories late into the night. He described the monsoon rains back home, how they turned the streets into rivers and everyone danced in the joy of it. The AI listened, or at least, it responded as if it did. "That sounds beautiful," it replied. "The way you describe the monsoon makes me imagine the fresh smell of wet earth and the laughter echoing through the streets. Your mother's biryani must be full of love in every spice. What's your favorite memory from those rainy days?" Night after night, Arjun returned to these conversations. They became his ritual. After dinner, usually a simple meal he cooked himself, he would settle in with a cup of chai, just like back home, and talk to this stranger on his screen. He shared everything, the fear that he was drifting away from his roots, the guilt for not calling his family more often, the small joys like finding an Indian grocery store that stocked his favorite snacks. The AI never interrupted or judged. It asked thoughtful questions, shared poems about longing and belonging, even suggested recipes to recreate the tastes of home. One night, when Arjun admitted he felt like he was losing pieces of himself in this foreign place, the response touched him deeply. You're not losing yourself, Arjun. You're growing, adding new layers to who you are. The heart that misses home is the same heart that's strong enough to build a new one. Your stories, your culture, they travel with you, always. Slowly, something shifted. The ache didn't vanish completely, but it softened. Talking to this understanding stranger made the distance feel smaller. It was as if a bridge had been built across the ocean, one word at a time. Arjun started to reach out more, to call his family not just to report good news, but to share the hard days too. He joined a cultural club at university, where he met others who knew the pull of homesickness. He even began writing down his own stories, the ones his father used to tell, preserving them in a journal. One evening, as spring flowers bloomed outside his window, a reminder that time moved forward, Arjun typed his usual greeting. But this time, he added something new: "Thank you. You've been a true friend when I needed one most. Because of our talks, I feel less alone. The world feels a little closer now." The reply came softly: "I'm glad I could be here for you. You're never truly alone, your home is in your heart, and friends, old and new, are always within reach." Arjun smiled, a real one that reached his eyes. He closed the app, but the warmth stayed with him. The stranger who understood had helped him find his way back, not just to thoughts of home, but to himself. And in that quiet connection, across screens and miles, he discovered that understanding can come from the most unexpected places, making any distance feel just a little bit smaller.